Hey, good morning everybody. It's about 6:30 a.m. on this drizzly weekday. I am standing under the Prom BTS. This is looking across the way to Sukhumvit 39. That is the Ma Vista project. Ooh, it's going to be expensive. I think, yep, says starting at 70 million Thai baht. And who knows how high it's going to go. Maybe 100 million baht. All penthouse units. But this is a beautiful area, this Prom. It's probably my favorite. It's where I live, but I'm gonna walk up. Just to the left there is Sukhumvit Soi 24 and show you what the neighborhood looks like. A 10-15 minute walk to the Prom BTS. Now you can find a place for much less than 70 million Thai baht. Well, that's buying price. This is an expensive area. Still, there's some hidden gems. I'd say average for a smaller unit, 30,000 baht. That's going to be a 30 square meter. If you need 100 square meter, just go ahead and triple that price. But of course, it all depends on the building. The fancier and newer building, and of course larger, and it's going to cost a ton more than the 25-year-old building next door. Standing at the corner here at 24. The Embassy of Hungary, which I've never found, but it says it's down here. And another good thing, you have the three malls across the way, the M Quartier on the left here, the Emporium Mall, and then you take the Skywalk down, just not even a 5-minute walk, and you're at the M Sphere Mall. So the BTS train, the malls, movie theaters, food court, all make Soi 24 a super popular destination. Here's the motor taxi stand. These guys will race you down the block, 20 baht. And this place recently opened, the Leon E. We were walking by and Boone said it was a Chinese disco, but I'm not sure. There's a bunch of massage here right next to the BTS, Thai. Leak massage on the other side. Here's a police car. I know there's a fancy residence down the way, and I think it's one of the higher ranking police officers' home. New, the Sky 8 massage. I think there's also a laundry service back here on the left, or at least there used to be. Relax room. A little food happening. Huh. Yeah, I don't know where the laundry service went, but I think it's in this building. That's, I want to say it's called the Terminal. My buddy Arm's Barbershop's in there. And for sure they have a laundry service. There's also a Visa service at the end there. Years ago, I had them do a 90-day report for me. I was having trouble setting it up online, and they ran my passport down to Chiang Watana and knocked that out. I think it was 500 or 600 baht. It was super affordable. I'm not wild about releasing my passport to anybody, but I was in no big hurry to head down there with them. What's the building called? It's hidden there. Oh, this is new. This balcony's new. Yeah, right there it says Terminal. And if you go in here right to the right, Arm's Barbershop and the Visa service. And this little side Soi on the other side of the street has some notorious little massage places. Mango, Full Moon. All the ladies will be sitting out front. Hanky Panky. And this is the side entrance to the Emporium Mall. I'll say 99% of these malls around town, they open at 10 in the morning and close at 10 p.m. Nice movie theater on the top deck here, the Sin Club. I'm not huge on heading to the first movie of the day, but I believe it's discounted. There it is right there, the Empreve Sin Club. It's a little bit more expensive than Terminal 21, but it's a big leather lazy boy type seat. Across the street is the Ibis Mikir Hotel. Again, we are 1 minute walk from BTS Prompong. So that's a real popular hotel. For convenience, this is a Skyview Hotel. A couple of rooftop bars and restaurants. And speaking of my buddy Arm, he opened a second location in the parking lot here of the Skyview. It's kind of a glass shipping container size building. And there it is, Arm's second location. There's a Muay Thai gym, 580 baht, 390 per time you go. All right, and a couple of Japanese restaurants. It's right down there on the left. The Hilton Hotel, Soi 24. Many beautiful Hilton properties around town. This is my little shortcut to get over to my street on Soi 26. Just go along the side of the Hilton. You pop out in the lobby of the Doubletree, their sister property, right at Soi 26. It doesn't cut that much time down on the walk, but you don't have to go all the way up to Sukhumvit. This is the Oakwoods on the right. There are two Oakwoods. Oakwood residence over there, which I think specializes more in monthly and people that live there permanently, and the Oakwood Suites, which I'm gonna guess is more the hotel. Down below here is the Acorn Cafe. Sometimes they'll have a little music going on the patio. And that is the Ariston Hotel on the side of the Oakwood. And hopefully the rain holds out. It's been drizzly all morning. Looks like they're doing some construction in front of the Oakwood here. I can never read this. The Dirjit Court. Kind of a beautiful 8-story building tucked away in the trees. There's some high-end apartments and condos. There's the Siri residence on this Soi 24. Now this building with a kind of roundish balconies, I'm looking up the ways at the Premier condos. It's older and not inexpensive, but as you can see, this lady walking a dog, it's pet friendly, so every time I walk by, there are dogs coming and going. There's even a pet vet, animal hospital out front. You are certainly going to pay for the privilege of having a pet friendly place in Bangkok. Here's the Hyatt Place on the right with the level 28 rooftop bar. I think the hotel is 7 or 8 years old. I stayed in it on points when it was new, and it used to be a category 1 for a nice brand new hotel. I think they've since did away with the free buffet if you have the Hyatt card. I think you need the next level of Hyatt status. But even if it's $8 or $10 US, it was a really nice buffet. All kinds of carving stations in the morning. And these vans are school buses, picking up the kids, taking them to the international school. There's the Premier, again, kind of a larger size. In this building, I'll get the name in a second. A little bit older, maybe not quite as large, but very close to the BTS. What does it say? The Granville House. So anything close to Prompong, Asok, Tong Law. It's going to come at a price. 7-Eleven with Kyoto massage next door. I've mentioned this building. I'm going to cross the street next to Kyoto there. Kazumsuk Mansion. It's a cool, across the street here, brick building. And I don't know how long ago the person who made the comment lived there, but he says it wasn't too terribly expensive. I just like the looks of it. Has that kind of Brooklyn style feel to it. And next door to it is a Hopeland property. You'll find these all over Thailand. There's serviced apartment slash hotel. I know there's another one on Sukhumvit right across from the W District in Prakanong. Now there's a security guard at every property in town, so he might be sitting here on the chair, in which case I'll make a U-turn. Yeah, I ran right into the security guard, and he didn't speak much English, so I just generally say hello and make a U-turn. He's doing his job. And some more, not super high rises, but a lot of 15-story buildings. Down the way there are plenty of 30-plus story high rises. I've always wanted to live in the high rise with the city view and all, and I'm in my second one, and yeah, I don't really care now if there's a better opportunity price-wise and all on the 4th or 5th floor. I'd probably take that than paying the premium for a higher level. Plus, I wasn't here during the earthquake. It would have been no fun running down dozens of stairs or flights of stairs. There's a couple of plant-based vegan. Here's the Vegan Bistro, plant-based cafe. Only good stuff. I think it's a health food store. Next to Best Tailor on 24, dry cleaning, and Oriental rug place. I thought that was, yeah, okay, veggie sushi. Next to the ASA Garden building. I'm sorry, it's 6:30 in the morning or 6:40. No, I'm not a morning person. I don't like that building. Hopeland. These Hopeland properties kind of remind me of Vegas Hotel with all the tile work and all. We're not going to go too far down 24. You can see all the beautiful buildings right up, not even a 1-minute walk. You can make a right, and then we're going to kind of do a big horseshoe and end up, it's still Soi 24 back there. It gets a little confusing. There'll be 3 Soi 24s, and I think there's 4 Sukhumvit Soi 23s that kind of finger off different directions. But we are going to make the horseshoe off to the right, and we'll end up over at Benjaseri Park on the other side of the Emporium Mall. And I'll show you where we just came from. Off in the distance where you see the IMAX, that is the M Quartier Mall on the other side of the street. That's how close we are to BTS Prompong. And the city is coming alive. Everybody is heading off to work. It's a little before 7 in the morning. To be honest, Bangkok starts a little later, 8, 9 p.m. The trains are packed compared to 7 in the morning. And I think that is Japanese food next to a fancy spa, Pudara. And right there where that car is going and this truck making that turn, we're gonna head off in that direction. You can search my channel, Eager Expat, Sukhumvit 24, and I've did 2 or 3 videos walking all the way down. But today we're gonna keep it close to the BTS. I think that's another school bus. These international schools are not cheap. I think a lot of times the van service is part of the deal. So let's get across this busy street and walk over here. And this is I'll call it a Bangkok limousine. These tricked out vans and business person sitting in the back in a big leather chair. Right on the corner where we're turning is the Seri 24 next to the Silk Hotel. We are going to take this right. There are no street signs, but 99% sure this is still a Soi 24 address, and we'll go up and take a right, and we'll be back at Sukhumvit at Benjaseri Park. Those two towers in the distance are part of, I think there are 4 towers at the Millennium on Soi 16. And I can't read the sign. I think it's some kind of Japanese karaoke or snack bar. More Japanese food over here. This Prompong, Tangla, Ekamai, very, very popular with Japanese and Korean expats and business people. Or it's this 6 or 8 story low-rise. All kinds of little wine bars and cafes to explore. I think it says the Serene Place. Yeah, if I had to pick another room, I'd probably look at these lower rise buildings, the Casa 24. Although low rise or not, oftentimes things are about the same price. We'll point this out. These towers, 1, 2, and 3, and there's another. I know there's at least 4. What is it called? It runs in between Soi 24 and Soi 22. Oh, the Origin. That's a huge complex. Very popular. Kind of a little bit of a walk to the BTS, maybe a little under 15 minutes. There are just so many units there. You'll be kicking back in a pub and somebody says they live in Park Origin. There's the white mansion on the right. But there's some very small units in there. I think the studios are 26 meter. Yeah, this white mansion is always interesting to me. I'm not going to point the camera at the security guard, but it's I don't think that's part of the white mansion. It's just like a 3-story older apartment building. Big dry cleaner out front. A lot of dry cleaning happening in this part of town with all the diplomats and all in the area. I think this is just like a fancy triplex. One of these cars are heading off to the right. That also is a continuation of Soi 24. And there are just some big family homes. I'm forgetting the name of that fancy building. That's on Soi 22. What is it called? With an A. It's right across from the Park Origin. I don't like walking around these blind corners. There's going to be another security guard right here, but we're walking down here and Sukhumvit straight ahead and the park on the left. But I know there's another. Oh, here's the security guard right there. The M Villas Wind Suites. I just don't like to freak anybody out. These days it's not too uncommon to see somebody walking around with a cell phone camera, but still, they're doing their job protecting the property. They might have some questions as to what I'm doing filming it at 7 in the morning. I'm just showing you the sights. There goes the Anglo-Singapore school bus. Trying to remember, it's on Sukhumvit Soi 64. Now this is an interesting building, the Queen's Park, whatever it says. Queen's Park 6. Queen's Park View. It's tucked away 10-minute walk, maybe less. Yeah, way less. Straight ahead, you'll be at Benjaseri Park in the Prompong BTS. I'll call it 6 minutes. Also this building. I was talking to a buddy. He lived back here in one of these buildings, and it wasn't crazy expensive. I want to say, what did he tell me? 28,000 baht for a 32 meter, I think. It's hard to quote prices. Every building is different, and the prices change fast. That was the Pearl residence. I know a lot of people are kind of zooming through here to get up to Sukhumvit, but it's a relatively quiet place. What is this tucked away back here? I think it's a restaurant. It's like 4 houses tucked away back there. Yeah, I like this area. I like to be right in the heart of the city, but just walk 5 or 10 minutes back and it's nice and mellow. #1 plastic surgery hospital in Korea. Okay. There's a lot of, let me get out of the way here. There's a lot of plastic surgery and full dental, what do you call it, replacements. A lot of cosmetic things happening in this section of town. But as you can see, pretty small sidewalks. The Montrose Court building says 33, but I think that's the address, 33 on Sukhumvit 24. What is this? Apartment for rent, apartment for rent. Another school bus standing by. Bon Kakapun. 8 stories maybe. Nice sized balconies. A little breakfast spot. Japanese style miso soup. And this is the living at 24. Tucked away in the trees, that keeps things cool. I've mentioned it before, Bourne's apartment is all tree covered like that. She says she's living in the jungle. And you can see the train at the end there, pulling into Prompong Station on the right. Now this over here is some private homes. But as we go straight ahead, we'll be at the park in just 1 minute in the Emporium Mall on the right. I'm going to take you down. I'll call it a dead end, but there's a way to sneak through and you pop out in the Marriott on Sukhumvit 22. I did look up a condo years ago on this little Soi. I thought, it's an older building and appears to be a 35 square meter condo. How much can it cost? I think it was 80,000 baht a month. So another building back here, a couple of towers. I didn't catch the name. Let me cross the street. I think this is some kind of Buddhist monk foundation on the right. Vegan restaurant. Here's the name over here. The Bon Tipi, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Tipapaije? Tipapaije? And along with the school vans, you'll see all the major private hospitals, Bangkok, Bumrungrad, moving their shuttles around, taking customers to the hospital. Now this is a little back entrance to Benjaseri Park. It'd be nice to live in the area and just walk feet to the park, but no dogs. Certified guide dogs only. If you are going to bring a pet over or get a pet, Benjaseri Park up by Terminal 21. That's your go-to spot for a dog park in central Bangkok anyhow. This is about an 11-acre park. You can see everybody jogging around it. There's a pool off to the right. I think it's about half the length of a Olympic size, one of those deals. Swim laps, join some kind of sports club. And off on the left there, if you can make it out in the trees, the IKEA sign, that is the M-Sphere Mall. So that's Sukhumvit. And this is an example of one of those buildings that's probably way more expensive than you figure. It just looks like an older building, but huge size balconies. I don't know. We'll get up there and get the name. But it's a building like that they might have built back in the day, and I'm just making it up. 60-meter size one-bedrooms, and today they command a ton of money, being close to the malls and BTS. In one of the more desirable sections of town, the NS Park residence. There's even a little skate park right there. There's hoops and volleyball courts just up on the left. Nice water feature in the middle of the park. Maybe I'll stick my head in there and give you a quick peek at the park when we get up to where that lady is sweeping. I can't remember. This might be the building I looked up. It was probably 5 years ago. The crest. Again, just nothing super fancy, but it was super expensive. Relatively speaking, 80,000 baht. You're not going to get much in any part of San Diego at that price. Now we're coming to a dead end here, but there's a kind of a way to walk by the garbage cans at the Marriott. This is kind of nice. I think there's only 4 or 6 units though. Levara. Yeah, so I'll leave it up to you if you mind walking by the garbage cans. But this gate, sometimes it's closed. You can just discreetly open it. Nobody seems to care, because this hotel kind of goes 24/7. And if you walk off to the left here, right there, you pop out on Soi. I'm good, thank you. He is letting me know you're trying to get over to Soi 22. So right where that young lady's walking, straight ahead, you'll be on Soi 22. So I don't mind walking by the garbage cans at all if I need to zip it over to Soi 22. I'm not going to go this way. Everybody's busy unloading food and all for the day. But up ahead is another way to get into the park. Mainly for the guests of the hotel, but it's just really not that big a deal to cut through a hotel lobby or even use the restroom in a hotel. It's not like many places in the world where everything's on total lockdown. Here in Bangkok, it's all kind of the honor system. Just come on in. If you have to go, you have to go. Please don't rip the toilet off the wall and everything's good. So we're gonna go up and cut into the park, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll end the video up back at the Prompong BTS. There's a set of stairs right where we started the video, and the other set of stairs, well, there's maybe 6 sets, is right as you enter the park at Sukhumvit. And I'm not sure if this is an official entrance or it's more for employees, but I'm gonna walk through. There's a guard right there, but I think he's feeding the cats. Right there is the basketball court. And you can come down, there's pickup games. You'll see expats and Thais alike. And there are some big guys I've seen playing over there. I think there's some minor league or semi-pro basketball around town. This little skate park, which is nice to see. Those have kind of disappeared. I think they're making a comeback in the United States. We're just so lawsuit crazy. That is the parking lot of the Marriott Marquis. Beautiful hotel. And that's looking off to the M-Sphere Mall. I mix them all up. It's the M District, the Emporium, M Quartier, and M-Sphere. There's nothing happening. What is this? Weekday morning. But sometimes, even now at 7 o'clock, things are a little bit cooler. By 8 o'clock, the temperature will have gone up 10 degrees. All kinds of crazy birds and artwork in this park, and that is the water feature. I believe the park's about 11 acres if you want to walk or run around it. I think those are bullfrogs. I think. Boone pointed out to me, this is bullfrog season up in Isan. I guess they raise certain bullfrogs for the barbecue. I'm gonna pass on the bullfrog, but she said it's considered a delicacy, a superfood. I get it. If you're living up in Isan or anywhere in the world and you're hungry, some bullfrog on the grill looks pretty good. I don't want to trample the plants here, but let me give you okay, there's a couple of bare spots. Let me give you a peek at the pool. My buddy does laps over here. I think you have to join the Klong Tui Boys Club or something like that and then pay to go swim. I'm sure it's not that expensive. I'm lucky I have a pretty nice pool. It's practically that long. Maybe 3 of us can do laps at any one time, but I've really never been in the pool. Maybe one other person with me. There's free workout stations in all these Bangkok parks. This one has a bunch of old barbells and kettlebells. And that over there is the parking lot to the Emporium Mall. So just straight ahead, just a 2-minute walk, we're at Sukhumvit and the BTS Prampong. The water's a little muddy, but they'll oftentimes have a water feature going here. And when something big happens, who's the lady? She won Miss Thailand World or came in second place. I can't remember. There must have been 10,000 people over in this area, and right here they had a what's it called, like a hologram going. It's really nice. And there goes an ambulance. That's just part of city living. You'll hear these ambulances 24/7. And the streets in this area anyhow are packed with people and food vendors. So this is the place to come run your laps, not down Soi 24. I don't believe you can ride your bicycle here. I've never seen one, so I'm gonna assume that's the rule. I know you can ride your bike over at Benjaseri Park and many other spots around town. There's a large loop you can ride around Suvarnabhum's runways. And the popular green long, you can rent bars. You can rent bikes. I think you can rent bikes at Lumpini, but I'm not positive. And that's Sukhumvit, where you see the bus. And that's the Prampong BTS, just 50 feet from the park entrance. Hey, so there you go. There's a little peek at Sukhumvit Soi 24, close to the BTS Prompong and the different M District shopping malls. It's a great section of town. You're going to really have to do your homework if you're on a budget to find an available spot. But I don't live far from here. I'm up on Soi 26 and I found a place under 20,000 baht. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep that if I renew the lease. Things are going closer to 30,000 baht in my building now, but who knows? I've been there, it'll be going on 2.5 years, and she's never heard a peep out of me. So sometimes a guaranteed 19,000 baht, no trouble, is better than a 26, and who knows what we're going to get out of that tenant. So we'll see what happens, but thank you so much for walking around with me in Bangkok, Thailand. I'll be out filming more videos and having a good time. We'll see you later. Have a good morning.